Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for July. Let's hop right into it. The Hanged Man at the bottom of the deck. Have you felt stuck, Cancer? The interesting thing is that we have the King of Wands right behind the Hanged Man. So it looks like you have, how I'm seeing this imagery here at the bottom of the deck, Cancer, and this is what you've been dealing with, is you have this passion inside of you, King of Wands, and yet it's almost like you're stopping yourself. See how that ball of fire, inspiration, power is around his head? I feel like there's a lot of mental energy going on here, Cancer. And instead of being like the King of Wands, you're still in this more Piscean. It's not just mental energy, Cancer. It's more than that. It's almost like you're keeping something in a dream state where I'm feeling this real urge to bring it out into the 3D world with the King of Wands. So let's see what we got going on here, Cancer. Card number 1 is the High Priestess. See, this is more of that Piscean energy, which I love. I have a lot in the 12th house. But there is a time and a place for this. And I feel like maybe the reason why you have felt so pent up, because I feel this, maybe in more ways than one, if you know what I'm saying, Cancer. I'm sorry. I don't know why I always do this with you, Cancer. I feel like you always go like sexual on me. But I'm feeling like there's this kind of pent up energy though with the High Priestess and the Hanged Man, where it's like you have all these amazing ideas, brilliant ideas, Cancer. And I'm not saying that they're not brilliant. I'm just saying it's like there's something here about needing to bring them out though, and not just keep them in this more. This is more like the yin. And there's a time and a place for that feminine receiving energy, especially if you're in a space of like receiving downloads, Cancer. Like I'm here for that. I do that every single day. I understand that. But there's something here about this King of Wands energy where it's like when you receive the download, act on it quick before you get too thinky here, Cancer. And you're like, wait, but is that a little too ethereal? It's like, no. This is what the world needs, Cancer. The world needs these dreamy Piscean ideas to be brought forward. And I know you're not a Pisces, but you're a water sign. And there is this sort of, I mean, it could even be, we have Saturn in Pisces. Saturn is all about like bringing these ideas into the 3D world, like these Piscean, beautiful, dreamy, ethereal ideas that are only, in movies and poems and songs. And I feel like Spirit wants us to take these things and bring them down to earth with Saturn and Pisces and be bold and be like, hey, here's my PowerPoint presentation on why I think this is going to work with your graphs and everything. Even if it's just a bunch of bullshit and you barely believe it, it's like, I'm not saying fake it till you make it here, Cancer. I'm just saying the world needs more of this, and I feel like nobody's doing this because we're all thinking the same thing. Like, oh, that's too out there, that's too ethereal. It's like the world is too freaking serious, bro. Like the world is becoming mechanical. The world is becoming soulless. And I feel like this energy is like the opposite of soulless. It's the soul. So it's almost like I'm seeing this imagery of like a soul being breathed back into the body of the world as these ideas are birthed. And I feel like you water signs in particular are being called and like summoned to bring these things into the earth at this time, because things are getting really mechanical, very sterile, very metallic. I'm tasting this metal in my mouth as I'm talking. Okay, card number 2 is the King of Swords. Yep. there's something here about you being an authority, Cancer, on these things. That's what I was saying about, like, even if you feel like you aren't qualified to bring something forward, like you're presenting an idea or something, the King of Swords just shows me that that is all in your head. It's like imposter syndrome. It's, Cancer, do you know how many people literally get online, they learn something for like 3 hours, and they're like, I'm going to start a YouTube channel about this. They're talking out of their ass half the time. They don't know what they're talking about. And then we have you over here, Cancer, that studied something for 3 years instead of 3 hours. And you're like, am I qualified to bring this forward? It's like, yes, this is your evidence. The King of Swords knows what he's talking about. The King of Swords not only knows on a mental level, but he has lived something. Okay, there's always this example that I think back on. I think it's in the 4-Hour Workweek. It's a Tim Ferriss example for sure. I think it's in his book, The 4-Hour Workweek, where he talks about the fact that he learned how to teach speed reading. He learned how to speed read, and then he literally the next day he put up a flyer on his campus where he was advertising his services to teach you how to speed read. Let's be Tim Ferriss about this, Cancer. Okay, and that's what this bold, confident energy is talking about. It's the combination of the King of Swords. You know something, it's just imposter syndrome. So you know it, Cancer, and I'm here to confirm that for you, that you know it, but it's just that confidence that's needed. And it's not like you're lying. It's not fake it till you make it. You do actually know. I think it's just a matter of like the confidence to bring something forward with this King of Wands. Why? Because your ideas are out of this world, Cancer, literally. Maybe you feel like it's too much for people, or people aren't going to get it. Let me tell you right now, Cancer, Pluto and Aquarius, it's the world as we know it, it's already gone. Okay, even before we get into this transit, it's over. It's been over. Okay, when freaking what's an example, Spirit? When Mark Zuckerberg stepped away from Facebook, because let's be real, he stepped away from Facebook when he started working on the metaverse. When I watched his freaking Black Mirror-esque keynote that he put out a couple years ago now, where he was trying to gather people to build the metaverse. When I saw that, literally, this is like 2-3 years ago now, Cancer. When I saw that, I was like, the world as we know it is over. Also, he just like pretty much stepped away from the sinking ship that's Facebook. My opinion, not financial advice. If you have investments in Facebook, my apologies. Okay. Anyway, Cancer, let's move forward here. My point was saying that. I'm not trying to get too technical on you or too geeky here, Cancer. I'm just saying there's something to be said about you're fearing that your ideas are too forward thinking. Is more Aquarius. This Piscean energy, even though there were a lot of like Piscean innovators, and I do agree with that, but I feel like this specific energy, this is like the soul that's missing from the innovations that we're bringing forward in society. And we can have amazing ideas, we can create AI, we can create all of these, not even apps, but dApps, like what we're doing over on like the metaverse right now. Like we can create all this stuff, sure, but if it doesn't have soul, people are going to get bored with it. And it might take a little time, but eventually things are going to sizzle out, because we are human beings. We're not robots. And I feel like your ideas are what are missing, Cancer. So even if people don't see it yet, they will. So start bringing it forward now. And then people might call you crazy at first, but then in a couple years, Cancer, I'm telling you right now, your ideas are going to be the ones that rise to the top, because people are going to be like, oh shit, wow, we've all turned into robots. We need a little heart here. And then they're going to come knocking on Cancer's door. Mark my words, Cancer, people are going to respect you. It might not seem like they are right now, and that's because they're probably not. And that's because people do not see or understand what you see and understand. But that's part of your purpose, is to help to usher forward things that will one day be respected, is my point. Let's go to card number 3. Is the King of Cups. Now we have 3 kings here. Male, female, non-binary, however you identify a Cancer. This is almost an emperor, right? The only thing you're missing here is the King of Pentacles. I expected him to be there. Maybe the only thing you're missing is money. Like, you have the ideas and the knowledge and the wisdom and the passion and the boldness, or that's the advice. And now you have the heart, Cancer. It's like the only thing missing is your funding. And what I'm here to talk about today, Cancer, is whether this is literal or metaphorical. When I'm talking about funding, take it as it resonates, Cancer. Everything I say can be a metaphor, but I'm going to say it in a literal sense because I believe that it's always for somebody in the literal sense. So what I'm here to talk about today, Cancer, is you have these ideas. And they're like trapped in your heart. Because you see and understand, you're scanning the periphery and you know that they're not going to be accepted, but they will. Okay? And when that time comes, when they are, I believe that that's when the funding is going to come. Or if you're lucky enough to find someone or a group of people that see things ahead of time like you do, Cancer. You know what I'm saying? And the rest is history. So, what I'm seeing here is you have the wisdom and you have the heart. All Spirit is asking that even, I'm getting that phrase, even when there seems to be no way. It's an old Christian phrase, going back to my minister days here, Cancer. It's like, when there seems to be no way, you still go forward with boldness anyway. Bring your ideas to this community, even if you feel like they're going to be misinterpreted. I'm hearing the word misdiagnosed. People might be literally calling you crazy here, Cancer, right? But this is something that you've seen since you were a child. And it's not just one thing, it's many things. You are forward thinking, Cancer. And just because people can't see it doesn't mean it's not true or that you don't know what you know. And I'm here to say that you came here to Earth. Okay, this is a deep message. You came here to Earth to help usher forth new ideas, to help build this new world. Freaking Mark Zuckerberg is talking about, let's build the metaverse. Let's build the new world, Cancer. You know what I'm saying? Love and light to Mark Zuckerberg. I'm just saying. It's like, also the tower can be like an explosion of like, oh my God, like Cancer's onto something here as well. That Scorpio energy. All right. So I know this is a long reading, Cancer, but stick with me. We're going to get card number 4. This is what's to come in your future. Is the 8 of Pentacles, you working on these ideas. See, it's like, and also they're the resources as well, or they're coming. Somebody may help you fund something. Maybe you're doing some sort of a Kickstarter here, Cancer. Maybe it's just people believing in you. Maybe you're starting your own business. Maybe and this doesn't have to be business. Don't always take it as literal here, Cancer. This is an energy here that it's a powerful energy that's like building momentum and building steam. And I feel like as you begin to work on these things in faith, knowing that you are taking these steps and the bridge is appearing before you as you walk, that is when the money will come. That is when the support will come. That is when the recognition will come. That is when all the things that you have been here to do will begin to come to pass, Cancer. Mark my words. Save this video and come back to it. And it might even be 10 years from now. And I'm not trying to be discouraging, but Pluto and Aquarius, that's a long-ass transit. And that's coming up again. This is not, and I feel like I talked to you about this, Cancer, like months ago. Something about this. I think it was you, where I was talking about the new world and I was telling you about the dreams that I've been having. My South Node is in Cancer. And this stuff, Cancer, I'm telling you, this stuff is innovative, it is forward thinking, it is Pluto in Aquarius, and you are helping to build something with your ideas. So don't let them just stay ideas. And it looks like you are going to be putting them into action. King of Wands with Eight of Pentacles, abso-freaking-lutely. That's a business. That's a business. Eight of Pentacles, King of Wands. That's a business owner. That's a leader who's doing something, you know, boots on the ground sort of a thing here, Cancer. So much love. You have my support, and I'm sending you good energy. I love you, Cancer, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Hey guys, it's Missy Gordon, the Metamystic here. If you would like to support the channel, watch my show.